Good morning. Good morning. Get on the screen. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Listen, y'all know I be down here pressing buttons and shit, right? I was down here last night cleaning up, doing a bunch of stuff, pressing some buttons on this damn screen, and now y'all over here on the other screen. And don't ask me how, because I don't know. I don't know. What up, everybody? So you're going to be seeing me looking over here, because I don't know how to get y'all back over here just yet. I'm going to have to press some more buttons to get you back over in front of me. So now you guys are to the side of me, so I'll be looking over there. I just tapped in this morning. I was going to wait till ladies' night, because I will be live ladies' night. Normally the stuff that I be watching and pulling and reading and stuff like that, it takes some time to come on here to kind of lay it all out for you guys as to what it is that I be, watching and thinking about or want to come on here and say. This ain't no just come on, get your words out quick and leave thing. And my day starts early, you guys. But I miss you guys, so I had to come on and say hello, hello, hello. Hey, Harlem. Hello, Miss Brown. Beauty. Hello, Shannon. Hello. Let me see who else. Tania. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And also, just share a little bit of the shits and giggles just for a minute. I got a minute, y'all, but I will be on Saturday night with you guys. If you're gonna show up and chill out with me over here so we could do some laughter. But baby, it has been some shizit going on out here in the streets. Now keep in mind, I see what y'all see. I literally do. I see what you guys see. I just be, doing me. I'm hearing the one wet puss and all that goddamn bullshit. And I be sitting back. Good morning, Angie. I be sitting back just cracking up. Cracking up, y'all. When I tell y'all, you click on this shit at work, baby, it'd be about 6 hours going out your day. Just like that. Just poof, go. But I don't know what to tell y'all. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I got to look over here. So I got to look over here. But good morning to everybody in the chat room. Miss Brown, I see you. I see you, lady. Whoa, what y'all been seeing out there? Hey, people, what have y'all been seeing? Have y'all been laughing? Have y'all been getting y'all laugh on? What's going on? You got the situation with the Shabazz and that cousin over there. I don't know who y'all say won that fight. I'm going to say, Shabazz won that. Hands down. I'm sorry. Shabazz won that. He kind of trumped him over the Suburban, driving the Suburban thing. And he came out with, what he got. And I got this and I do this and I'm this. And who he was rocking with and who he know. And that cousin Levi going to have to come on with it if he wants to win the second round. There has not been a second round as far as I know, but baby, Shabazz kind of tore a little hole in his ass, even though, and however, I don't be studying none of this shit that none of these people say. God, you just can't trust nothing as far as you can see it right now. It's so much that has been going on. You got the whole goddamn Scooby-Doo over there in a panic attack. And, and I get that because, he wants, you got to be right. And it's that leadership thing going on and all that shit. And the one wet puss and I don't know. I don't know. I think that he just likes saying that, to be honest with you. I have no idea. But I crack up when he says that with his tip. Call me a bitch, y'all. Did you hear him call me a bitch? He called me a bitch with authority, y'all. That before bitch. And the one wet puss, bitch. I was like, dude, calm down. I was going to bring you some Uncle Remus. I ain't your enemy. I ain't your goddamn enemy. So calm the fuck down with that shit. That nigga having panic attacks over there, girl. Panic attacks. So there's two things that went on with that, because, I guess he felt that he's getting hit left and right, with the Bookham and the DJ Tysons. And baby, I be sitting over here, popcorn ready. There's some lot of shit that I can say from being there, but that's old shit. You can't move anywhere dealing with old shit. You just can't. And Pap don't get stuck. I don't get stuck in prehistorical times. I just don't do that. I have moved on from this shit and allowed myself now to enjoy it as a shits and giggles. Listen, girl, I don't know what the chicken, all that stuff was going on down there with the grill or whatever. Pap had steaks with her moderators, honey. We was well prepared because I told y'all before, it ain't no difference. See, no, there is a difference. When we saw Tupac show up at the family reunion of people that he didn't even know, he decided to call them people cousins, and he clicked right in with those people. It wasn't no problem. It wasn't nothing. Everybody ate good. He packed up, got in his postal truck and kept it moving, right? See, that's family. That's family. But that's also TV. I know that it was going to be a little bit, or just a little bit, of some bullshit. After I knew it. You just cannot position yourself around a bunch of black ass people that is strangers to you. Let's put it that way. That's strangers. Everybody feeling some type of way. Everybody want to know who this person is, and everybody then singled out who they want to get close to and call them cousin. Okay, I didn't go down there with no cousins and no uncles and nieces and nephews. So my guards, it was already up. I came down there with the two ladies who I felt very close to, stayed in the rooms with them, and that's who I vibe with down there. Now, all that other shit that went on down there, for some reason, the one wet puss is a bitch about it. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch because of what? Of what? Now, when I actually see a person go into panic attacks to find a reason to be mad at a person, hey, you just gotta let it be. I just gotta let it be. It is what it is. You want to be mad? Be mad. I ain't gonna lose nothing. I ain't losing no sleep. I ain't losing my job. I ain't losing nothing. I heard him make a statement about, I was standing right there. I'm gonna speak on this for a minute. I was standing right there when he showed up. Of course I was. I was involved in supporting and being a part of a walk for chaos. Of course I was. I was standing right there. Now, I'm going to make this perfectly clear, not only to him, but to the whole umbrella out here. Everybody up under this umbrella. I'll make it perfectly clear to you. Number one, Pap ain't never scared. Never scared. Number two, I'm just smart. I'm just smart. And I'm going to tell you why I was so smart about it. Because she didn't do nothing. Let him tell it. She didn't do nothing. She saw me. She didn't do nothing. First, my question to that one is, what is it that I was supposed to do? What I was supposed to do? Psychology, bruh. It's all psychology. And not only that people thinks that they can play this game and talk this game and be this game. Right here. Know the game. So, he says that, I walked right past her. She didn't do nothing. What was I supposed to do? Jump on him? Do what? Let me tell you why Pap don't need to bust a move. Number one, because I'm a grown-ass woman. That line of fire is not in my... it's just not me no more. You feel what I'm saying? When I first started having children, yeah, that was going out the door. Because I realized that I have something to live for. And then after I started having the children, I started being interested in more that can help me become comfortable in my life. So that means I had to crack it down on getting the finance part together, right? Got that under wrap. So somebody tell me, what is it that I was supposed to do down there that could have led to possibilities? Possibilities meaning that somebody going to jail, part of my life being interrupted. For what? Over this shit? For what? Over this? The only thing that I will allow any distractions to interrupt my life is my children, my home, possibly my job. Other than that, it wasn't nothing he was down there worth me interrupting my life over at all. None. I ain't finna go stop and take some time out to go to no police station. I ain't got time for that shit. I lose money doing that shit. I know that if I was to get involved in doing some shit like that, that now I'm about to waste taxpayers' fucking money running in and out of court. I'm not finna do that shit. Gas money. Who finna do that? I'm gonna lose possibly some things fighting a numbnut. I'm going to lose some things in my life. I'm going to stop my life, my lifestyle. To do what? To be down there arguing and fighting a numbnut? Are you out your mind? See, Pap can recognize when other people don't have shit to lose. Pap got a lot of shit to lose. It ain't worth my time a day. So you have to do this by yourself. Did I see him walk down? And having the police down there, you guys, it was nothing new. That they come all the time. They come all the time. What I saw was him across the street. This was before everybody had gotten down there. He was already across the street. Good morning. Blowing on the blowhorn to, I guess, some white people. So it appeared to me that he was about to have his own protest. That's what it appeared to me. And to top it off, people was out here saying that there was a bet going on. There was a bet going on that I bet you won't go down there and do that. To my understanding, I guess he took these people or that person up on a bet to go and distract the protest that was down there, the Walk for Chaos. So he was across the street, blowing in the blowhorn, white people walking past, and I'm sitting here looking at him. Mind you, there was nobody down there. The people had not even showed up already. They just wasn't there yet. It wasn't quite 12 o'clock, okay? But he was there, bright, shiny tail, bunny face and everything, blowing through a horn about something. You can barely hear him because he was all the way across the street, him and the guy. Okay, police are already there. They there because they was there on the last one. They were there on the one for that. Police usually shows up to protesters out there. So that was nothing new. There was nothing new. They were supposed to be there. They were supposed to be there. Goddamn it, they're supposed to be there. So I saw him across the street, and yes, I was standing on the other side. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, everybody. Melissa. Good morning. So I'm sitting here going, well, okay. Maybe he's about to have his own little event or whatever. So he come on, he made his circle. Now people are coming. Yes, he came and walked right across me, just right past me. I'm looking dead at him. So at that time, the further he got away from the Art Institute where the lions are, people that was showing up started to notice him. Prior to that, He was already on his lives telling everybody to stay away from him. Stay away from him. I did the video. No, I did not invite him down there. He made that choice to come to distract and destroy the walk. He said that it ain't gonna be no walk. It ain't gonna. He said that over and over and over and over. So I'm like, fine, then don't do the walk. We excluded him out of the walk, you guys. He got excluded out, and things just went to hell. It went to hell. He was walking and he was blowing on the horn to the white folks or whatever. Like I say, I thought he was having his own protest. He was entitled to do so. Go do what you want to do. I'm literally telling the people, like, if he's going that way, you know what? We can go into a different direction. We can go into a different direction. But things escalated to where he ended up seeing DJ or whatever crossing the street and yelling through the bullhorn horn. I'm almost probably maybe 100 feet away looking at this bullshit. Okay? We could have just walked. It would have been over with. We could have just moved. Move your feet, ignore it, and move. It could have went that way. It didn't. So, of course, you have DJ and them, and then they come over with their things, and then they're telling the police, that that's the guy, he's not supposed to be here, or none of that. Who failed on this, to be honest with you guys? The police failed on this shit. The police failed, because all the police had to do was say, hey, will you do your protest over there across the street? And they give him support over there. And then you had the support over here. He went in his direction, and you guys go in your direction. That's exactly how that shit should have played out. That's how it should have played out. The police failed on this shit because they know that they were there to help with the Walk for Chaos. So why be bothered with this distraction and all of this arguing and trying to see what this paperwork is and this paperwork is? It shouldn't have never even gotten there, to tell you guys the truth. No, it shouldn't have never gotten there. But it was an intentional attack. It was. I remember watching him on his live. It ain't gonna be no walk. I bet you I'll be there. And da-da-da. He didn't come to just walk. He came to do his distraction, which is exactly how that played out. And there's nothing that nobody can do about it. They didn't fight or nothing. I'm standing down there, shit, just looking like this. Look at this shit here. That's exactly what I was doing. Look at this shit here. Yeah, I did. Eventually, things broke apart, and I guess he went on his way, and then we went on to take that walk. Good morning, Perspective. Good morning, Sheila, sweetie. Good morning, ladies. To be perfectly honest with you, and just listening to the story, of how he tells it, yes, there's bits and pieces that, like you leave out. It is what it is. It is what it is. No intentions to be there. I truly believe that a bet was made. And then, of course, hey, well, you watch what I could do. Watch what the fuck I could do. And he came on down there and did exactly what he said he was going to do on his live. So, that was that. All of the other fights and stuff prior to that, I don't know shit about that shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. That shit there will interrupt you. It'll interrupt your mental thoughts, your physical thoughts, all that stuff. Papa ain't got time for that shit. I'm too grown for that shit. Not my goddamn problem. Now, they're at a situation where it's a in and out of a court situation, and people are stalking, and this is going on, and this is going on, and I just get to sit back here and laugh my ass off. And I think that that's what ruffles the feathers, is because I do laugh. I'm going to laugh at goofy ass shit, because it all is goofy ass shit. Now, that's enough about him. I don't care about that boy calling me no bitches and all that stuff. I could call a bitch back. You a bitch back. It doesn't matter to me. But picking a fight with me in order to think that you're smart enough for me to get out of my shoes, to come and interrupt my life, or even remotely wake up. Let me put this. Wake up old school ass niggas to do what? See, I'm not going to fight a man, But I know good goddamn well ain't no man gonna stand there and slap the fuck out of me or spit on me. That's not gonna happen. That's something that you're gonna have to worry about as a man if you choose to do so. Because there is ample amount of men. Chicago, wherever you want them to be. New York, wherever you want them to be. That is going to come for that ass. Period. But that's not my life. I'm not trying to make their lives or what they do and how they ride and how strong they are or whatever to come out here for this shit. To come out here for this shit. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I stood there and he made it seem as if, you know what, that I was supposed to get slapped or something like that, or I was supposed to slap him. I ain't finna bust him on. I'm like you. I ain't finna bust a move. I'm like you. I'm gonna wait to see if I can get me a silver suit on him. Slap me. Beat me down. Do whatever you gotta do. Oh, because I'm coming. You know, that's how he thinks, though. He wants you to touch him. He wants you to do all of these things to him. And he will definitely go down there and try to file his suits and all of this shit hey, money is evil. Even if you got to fight to get it, it's evil. According to how you use it, because mine ain't evil. I have good money. I have good money. But, you know, when are they going to realize that I'm a shit show goddamn supervisor right now? I don't give 2 cents about they shit. None. Ain't nothing you people finna do out here to interrupt my fabulous goddamn lifestyle. None. You can't even get me this mad up here. I'm still waiting on a goddamn cease and desist that ain't came yet. That shit ain't came. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I ain't even prepared. I wasn't even getting prepared for the shit. I was just gonna show up the fuck in court. Just like that. Over this shit. Interrupting my life. Because I'm supposed to be the crazy one and the nut one and whatever. It's mighty funny how Pap seemed to have, to be truthful with you guys, Pap seemed to have outsmarted all these motherfuckers out here. I ain't in y'all shit. I ain't in none of y'all shit. Nobody's. But these people are at it, good morning, Cassandra, at their throats like a motherfucker out here. Then high blood pressure, anxiety, panic attacks, the finger pointing, blame game, or this or that. This or that. Now, like I said, I've been waiting, and I don't watch the Cousins channel. But baby, when there's some beef, going on, I got to see, what, who, what, and then after that, I'm usually gone. What I saw with that was, I guess, Shabazz addressing some of his, not issues, but point of views. Let's call it that. What did I get out of it? I got Shabazz really trying to express to the people who he is, who I am, and I found it as well funny, like, okay, those, okay, you did the production, okay, for Capone and Michi and Big Meech, and okay, I'm still trying to see, other than his career as a production person, as a storyteller, I'm still trying to see why the fuck did people care? I was just still trying to understand why I was lost. I was like, okay, why does your story have a purpose out here under the umbrella of the R. Kelly supporters or I was confused. But then as I listened to him, it was kind of similar, to the person that he was going after, Cousin Levi come out because he feels that he had to defend Bookham the crook over there. Brooke Bookham, the liar over there. That boy's a whole goddamn liar, full of shit. I don't care what y'all say. I ain't finna sugarcoat it, and he is. Period. Point blank. And I've been coming out since 2019, and I know that I put it in the form of shits and giggles. But when I tell y'all that that boy ain't nothing but a whole big bag of shits and giggles, it's pathetic. And I meant that shit. I meant that if Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly put somebody like him up underneath his umbrella to ride with him, which we all saw him going, into the courtroom. Am I the only one that saw him on the picture where he went into the courtroom, but then on the picture where they came out, he wasn't in the picture? I was like, it was two pictures, right? You can see Bookham walking on the right side behind Kelly, right? But then it's the same guys that came out of the court. I don't see, he not in that picture. He must have disappeared or something to go and I don't know, do whatever it is that he does for Kelly. But I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, I get this. Okay, so Cousin Levi comes out and he has some things to say that, oh no, you're not about to go at old Booker boy. Not today. So of course they have similarity. To be honest with you, Shabazz and Levi had similarities in their beef, right? The only thing about it is Shabazz rebuttal ended up being a little bit more exquisite resume. You feel what I'm saying? It was just more exquisite. That was it. But because Levi, he fell off when he started talking about a motherfucking Suburban. I'm sitting there like, Nick, you done did the dollar for the king and all you got was a goddamn Suburban. Y'all some cheap ass people out here, cause y'all could have donated more than $1. Cause if I'm gonna put my work into this, bitch, I'm coming out here bragging that I got a motherfucking Maybach on your ass. But he said he got Suburban, y'all. I was like, oh, okay, one of them big old utility damn trucks. All right. So he opened the door up though for Shabazz, cause that's just how you get the licks in. You got to find them weak arguments like that. Shabazz came back and he was like, "Well, dude, you want to brag about you got this Suburban and this and all this goddamn shit." Then that gave Shabazz the trump card now, cause he got this. He worked with this person. He said this. He did that. He was about to do the documentary on with Kelly and this person, and we all know that he ended up, getting paid or paying the Angelo Clary and them, because he switched sides too. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. That damn Shabazz, he switched sides. He switched up. I don't know if R. Kelly just did not want to do the documentary with him or whatever. That shit didn't happen. But Shabazz doesn't talk about that, and I was hoping that he did. You switched up. You literally switched up. You went in on Cousin Levi. That was 10 toes down. I'm going to give him that, right? Even though all of these people out here is full of shit to me. And that's just my opinion. I don't know him. I don't care about him. So, but he kind of, that's the similarity in their beefs, right? Except for Shabazz had a little bit more of an exquisite resume. You ain't getting that shit out of Cousin Levi, because Cousin Levi ain't trying to tell you who the fuck he is. You ain't gonna know who he is and what he do or whatever. Cause after him writing all them paperworks down there to that prosecutor and stuff, allegedly, he don't want y'all coming after him. So he gonna have to stay neutral like that and put the white flag up. Because right now, I think that he let Shabazz have that. I ain't seen him come back on no shit on that though, right? So, but Shabazz, I think the people would rather kind of want to know that, you switched up. You made it appear that you was going to do these documentaries. Somewhere you got invited through Bookham. That's what this is the admission of words out here. To come down to this Airbnb, and y'all went over to the hotel, and then this documentary was supposed to be made. Somebody, if anybody, did you pay them? Did they get paid for that? Where is it at? Why you haven't dropped that? But second, since we don't see anything of the documentary other than you sitting over there with R. Kelly and those few guys that was talking about advancing things out here in society for children, boys clubs, girls clubs, whatever the case may be, because I guess that was somewhat of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's agenda on his bucket list to do. But after that, you don't talk about how you how did you end up with Angelo them and then making and doing the film for them, and who paid who, and all of that transactions, like all of them details were gone, even though the roast or whatever on Cousin Levi, it was good, it was impeccably good. You dropped your shit, I understand that, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. You at work? Good morning. I'm getting ready to head to work. You don't hear any of that though, Scorpio. You hear the personal things, Right now you're getting the resume beef. I was this, I was that, I was this, I was that. No, how did all this shit really lay out with this under this umbrella of Mr. Kelly? Like, even though it's not that important anymore. Not that important anymore. So yeah, I'm waiting on that one, you guys, so I can continue to, laugh at that. It's pretty funny. It's obviously, I guess, Cousin Levi decided, yup, okay, you win, because I ain't about to show you all nothing out here, not a damn thing. What is it, 9:20? Okay, so, you say, ask his chat. All of them, everybody, Lisa, every damn body is a criminal, crook, felony, gun shooter. Whoa! I was like, oh my God, is there anybody out here that was clean? I mean, I ain't heard that Sharon Winbush got felonies or been to prison. I ain't heard that, even though we're going to talk about that argument too in a minute. But everybody, every single body, everybody, you guys, and the argument that I listen to is exactly how they look at us, in the world. It's what I'm saying is, you are the product of why good things have not happened. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and brag. What? I was like, damn, everybody, I've been to jail. I have killed 50,000 people. Like, what? Go away. Get back, Jack. Get back. I don't know how these people, I don't know. This shit is crazy though, you guys. But I'm going to go on to say this with the Bookham thing, right? And how he just sat, like, literally on his live about that damn defense fund. I listened to him. I listened to how he came out, talking about it. Yeah, talking about it and everything. And how he seriously tried to deflect on some of the blame that happened to Mr. Kelly. He knew that that's not what that paperwork read. Like I said, if people don't go behind him to read what it is that he's trying to put a lot of emphasis on and, reword it slick or this or that, yes, he's going to sound as if he's telling the truth about some things. And I knew it. We all knew it. All of the motions literally got read over from Sylvia or from the Randa show, from everybody from Texas Back Down. All of them were as they was coming down in 2020. That was in April. It was coming down. So, and I was like, well, wait a minute. Well, that's not right, because the paperwork does clearly says denied. Because they have always felt that Mr. Kelly would be able to get his hands on some financial means to do what it is that he chooses to do. Who started the defense fund? He did. And then he contacted the Doug Anton, and the Doug Anton and was out here and and they on phone calls, and they on this and they on that. So hopefully he will have two balls and a dick to come back out and recant that fucking lie, because it does says that that was a reason why that they denied that motion, because they found him being a risk to flee. And if he was getting all of this money coming in or whatever, they used that. They used that. And it says denied a bond for one of those reasons. But he won't say that. And you know why he won't say that? Well, let's get into why he won't say it. Give me a second because I got to bring it up. It's going to run for a few minutes, you guys. And y'all know me, I got to always go back down this lane. Because everybody, including, I'm gonna hold that name, that has really come out and stuck their head out for Mr. Kelly, he has went after them. Every single body. Everybody that has done or is doing or can do or whatever. Instead of him, and now we know he's not going to come back and say, well, okay, you know what, maybe that's possible. I think that he should be pointing a finger at himself as well, because he points the finger a lot at Don Russell for Mr. Kelly's case being federal now. He did. It's because of Don Russell is what he says is why Mr. Kelly was in the position that he is. And that may be one of the reasons as well, because later on down the timeline that we all know that Don Russell did some things that he probably shouldn't have done. But the paperwork that Bookham points out to everybody has something to do with his mother and the taxes. And I had to go back and ask myself, but this isn't the first time that his mother dealt with Mr. Kelly taxes, right? They've been knowing each other for many, 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 many years. So I'm under the impression, and I don't know, I mean, if I'm wrong, then tell me that I'm wrong, that Don Russell mother had been there some other time previously in Mr. Kelly's life, right? Long time, you know, that's what I get. That's what I'm getting, and I kind of read with the older papers back in, past under 2010, okay? But he has made it appear that that would be the reason to for the reason that this thing has happened to Mr. Kelly as well, by using that example about his Don Russell's mother, right? So I think that is fair. I think that is fair as of today or yesterday when he did his video playing Doug Anton and him speaking about this defense fund. I think that it is fair that a Bookham takes the blame for that. I do. I really, really do. I think that he needs to point the finger at himself and say, well, okay, I fucked up. I fucked up. I think so. I lied. I think that this is one lie that he can own up to. I think that he should own up to that one and say he fucked up. We all know that he probably won't do so, but that's just my opinion and where I stand on that one. But let me get this video up for you guys, so give me a second, because I don't know how the hell y'all got over here, but y'all over here some damn where. So, hold on. Let me see. So now y'all going to disappear off of here because you're over there. Let me see if I can find this video. I do not own the rights to this video, but I think it needs to be a refresher done on this video. Just a little bit. I'm going to see if you guys remember it. Okay, that's not the right one. So hold on, because I got to run that one too. I said I was going to go. What time is it? 9:28. On this video here, you would definitely see Donnell Russell speaking on a whole lot of shit that went down out here and actually played out pretty much the way it was called out. It pretty much did.
I'll be.
Okay, hold on.
It don't make sense why people contribute and don't know what.
I'm
Why
gonna
haven't you
start it from
contacted
here, you
his own
guys.
attorney?
But just hold on.
Well, he's got one of them, which I brought him in, Jeff Steinbeck, but the other guy, Gleason, is sick, of course, right now. But Junior, I forgot his name. Why hasn't he been contacted? These guys fought it and won, so you should at least have their strategy and their research in your back pocket to get rid of Johanna Pace, to get rid of Heather Williams. All these women that are saying that Rob, wronged them in some capacity, which to me he didn't. They fucking groupies and they were fanatics. They got backstage, and when he left, that's when they got mad, which typically happens.
Right.
But the old research that was done proves that part. That's one less thing you got to fight. They're not doing anything. Sam Adams Jr., that's right. They're not doing anything to show that we have momentum right now. Correct. There's no momentum. It's like we seeing the Titanic just go fucking down. Ain't nobody with no damn buckets throwing water over the side. Ain't nobody trying to patch the hole up. Correct. It's just going down. And unfortunately, when we first started, the hole was about this big. Correct. Now it's the size of a goddamn SUV. So, and the guys at the helm think that they're doing a good job. They not. We would feel better if they were. We would be saying something completely different. Like, people would be saying, you know what, he's actually doing a good job. That was a great motion about. I think that should help.
Right.
No, right now, his motions are not reaching any sensitivity of any judge that's up there. Because you can't tell a judge that's got any kids that, or a wife or anything, that I'm going to let this man go home to two of his girlfriends and he's 55 years old. That's stupid as fuck. I'm sorry. Dumb, and dumber. So that's the issue that I have right there. But for anybody to put gas in that car, that's just a waste of money.
Correct.
That's giving yourself a reason to be frustrated tomorrow when another motion is filed and he says, oh yeah, Rob needs to go home because he hasn't had a massage in 6 weeks and he's thinking about making another Sex Me album. That's just dumb. You don't say stupid shit like that. But he's shown us that that's what he's capable of doing. So why continue to support that? Hold on to the money. If you're going to put it in the savings, put it somewhere so when the time comes that you feel good about who's representing him, you can send that money into that person.
Right. And Greenberg is his lawyer right now. However, Doug Anton had a fund, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly. And from this, we have never received a profit statement. None of the funds are earmarked. So if you are on this stream right now and you listening to the playback, I'm going to say, do not contribute to that fund because the money should have been earmarked for a fund that's been going on for a year. None of the funds were earmarked. And also we have... Go ahead, Don.
There should be, on any site that you're contributing to, there should be a marker there.
I'm going to pause that right there. And that's Trent, everybody, that had his show with Don Russell, okay? He stated that the fund was out for almost a year, right? Got in contact with Doug Anton. They just wanted to verify about the funds, what's going on with it, approximately how much, where is it being stored, where is it being used for, and things of such, right? After this video sometime, Bookham comes out, and all hell broke loose between him and Bookham. So anybody that made any accusation or allegations about this defense fund, he would get furious about it, and he was going to attack you on it. So then we got to see the whole debacle thing with the name calling and the chasing down, where Trent ended up, I guess trying to get to Bookham, and all that shit. It just went hell when they start speaking about this damn defense fund. Nevertheless, anybody that spoke about this damn defense fund, they went on a rampage out here, and your ass would get attacked. You would get attacked.
Every time somebody makes a contribution, you should say XYZ dollars raised towards the R. Kelly fund. But you should also get a receipt that is a charitable contribution, which means you can file it against your taxes. If you don't see that marker and you haven't received the receipt, chances are some bullshit. That means there's money going someplace that they don't want to have any record of where it came from. So when they take it, you ain't filing it and they ain't filing it. These are things that anybody that should know send the money in. If you're not getting that receipt that you paid that money in, that you can file against your taxes as a charitable donation, and there's no marker to say 600,000, 500,000, we don't know how much fucking money that we raised on that campaign. I mean, all you thinking is your $20 or your $300 been sent in, but he could have raised $5 million fucking dollars right now. Who knows what the number is? He ain't giving us no accounting of what it is. Tell him, you know what? If he raised it on GoFundMe, tell him to turn that page around and let us see what exactly was raised. Right. It's just, it don't make sense why people contribute and don't know how much money they pulled together to raise for this man's defense, and that's foolish as hell to me.
And also, there was a problem with that fund with the email addresses being changed, and so send me that link for the FBI, because we need to do an investigation into the person. Her name is something Smith. I'm going to put it on the screen right here. I received it. Jocelyn Manicia Smith. So Jocelyn Manicia, and as far as it's concerned right now, his counsel is ineffective, but this is his counsel that we have. And so what we have done.
Now, keep in mind, this video is damn near over, close to a year now. Old. Close to a year. New counsel come along. Jennifer Bonjean is here. What is it that she has been saying so far? What did she put in that paperwork? What did she put in the paperwork? She spoke about the counselors, didn't she? But this video was done almost a year now. A year ago. But now here comes Jennifer Bonjean that's speaking about the, miscarriage of justice and also the ineffectiveness of his counsels. Imagine that. Which was talked about with Don Russell and Trent almost a year ago. Almost a year ago. And everything now that Jennifer Bonjean is putting in her motions and talking about, and what she is, I'm going to put allegedly on there because I don't know her game plan when she gets ready to appeal this case, only by we see what she's writing, but that's not her whole game plan, because she ain't going to give up her whole goddamn chess move. She's not. She's just giving people the fundamental parts of some possibilities. When you get into that appeal court, there's a whole lot more that can actually be argued about. That she just putting in blueprint the little fundamentals of her angle of where she's going. So my point of this is, it was talked about, but because that defense fund came up, and then the other situation that came up, which was, we're going to get into that, because I'm going to move this show a little bit quicker, though, you guys, because I don't want to be late today. So, yeah, they talked about it. Here he comes. Here he comes, and all hell broke loose after this man ended up on several platforms out here with the same damn story. And with his story, I got to watch. I did. I don't know about you guys, but I got to watch it all play out according to him, except for one thing. Nobody is still talking about the big people that was actually in his camp. Nobody. This has become about YouTube people.
From a street standpoint, I got over 300 of emails with proof of, of things that we have gotten. And what I want people to do is, if you have the information, email it to me. I'm going to print it off and I'm going to send it over to Greenberg. This is public information. I'm going to send it over to him certified. That way we have receipt that he has it. So in case the worst thing in the world happens, that he gets a conviction, then we do have receipt that it was ineffective counsel, because we're going to catalog it and
send it to the judge too.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I heard is that as a private citizen, you can't, send information or something like that to the judge.
What you can do is, like anybody, don't send one straight document. Anybody sending in can tell about their experience with certain things. So you can say, as a fan of R. Kelly, I know Jahan the Pace or whoever, and I know her to be a person that is manipulated doing this, or I was in an event one day. You can send them your personal experience. Now, if you have some evidence, of course, that should be turned over to Greenberg, but that is a good idea. Send it so that you do know, but also keep a copy of it because.
Now, both of those guys were right. I heard Bookham and ask Doug Anton a question about whether sending the character letters to the judge. Both of them are right. Doug Anton was right too, in a sense, okay? Yes, you can send a character letter to a judge, but you should be part of the person's life. You should have been part of that person's life, whether you are the sister, the auntie, the uncle, or something that you can share in a positive manner about the person that is being charged, the person that is being charged with these situations and going through it. Now, you take it, people like me or some of you guys in the chat room, no, it is not a wise idea for us to send a character letter to the judge. I don't know Mr. Kelly like that. I don't know him. I can't fathom up anything. A judge is, I'm not, what am I, oh, he's a good man. Well, how do I know that? I have not been around him. Oh, he's a bad man. I don't know that. I have not been around him. So, but in some sense, you can create a character letter if you were that close to him. But a positive one. So, but you don't want to bombard a judge either with all of these freaking letters and stuff that comes in. Do they help? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. To me, they only help when it's the sentencing period time, right? And so that the judge can have a little bit of leniency on a person. That's the only time that I see where they become helpful for, So let's continue because there's a little more because I got to get into this other video, y'all. Ooh.
I do believe Rob is going to get a better defense team. I think right now, and I've been telling this to the small team that we have, that's where, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Were you saying something else?
Hey, man, I'm Trent, man. But go ahead because the floor is yours, man. I don't, when you come, I ask you come on the platform. This is your time to talk.
Yeah, I think that he will get a better team. We do have we're working on a plan right now, and I do think that it's a plan to bring all of his fans together globally. And the final stop will be, of course, the United States, because we have to realize the machine that we're up against right now. And the machine that we're up against is tearing anything down, and that means Me Too. That means the media outlets, Jim DeRogatis and those guys who control it. We're up against a powerful machine. So right now, you don't fight. You can't throw stones, at a tank and think you're gonna hurt it. So what we're doing is we're throwing. I advise to keep throwing the stones, but only as a distraction. Keep them busy. We're working on something else right now that we're gonna flank their asses with shortly. Okay. So save all of that, the major support and munitions and stuff like that for this move that we're making. And you'll know that it's right because, our plan is when we come, you've got foreign countries and diplomats and people from around the world saying, listen, we want justice and we ain't gonna stand for nothing but, and it's a gazillion strong, then it's hard to ignore that. And that's what the plan is, because we see right now in this country they have an agenda. And I don't care how many of us show up, they have an agenda. And they're gonna keep pushing their agenda and ignoring our pleas and our calls and our beckonings and everything that we're doing because they have an agenda. You know what I mean? And their agenda, as part of their agenda, is to bring down, Robert Sylvester Kelly as a man and kill his brand, R. Kelly. So it's okay. Keep it going. It's coming. This COVID-19, when things like this happen, and there's a lot of bureaucracy and bullshit that's surrounding this epidemic. Right. Everybody's all over the place for trying to understand where it came from and any of that kind of stuff. But there are those of us who takes this kind of time and we use it to get ahead. Well, this is a pause. Think about it. In every instance, you got to look at the ones who have the good karma. You know, you got Weinstein, who been sentenced, Epstein, who been in, and then you got this new one, what's the Avenatti, who's been sentenced. Rob case keeps getting pushed back. So that's the universe's way of providing us with the time we need to mount, you know, a strong contingent of fans to come in and stand behind him and force this adjudication to be balanced versus the way it is right now. It's just a continuous attack of him, and anybody who goes forward that tries to, you know, say anything nice. I don't care if you're a celebrity or you know, one of his fans. They attack you, and they got operatives at every level. You know, down at the bottom, they got the Dana Jays, and up at the top, they got the Jim DeRoe goddesses. I mean, so we have to really be strategic in how we come back against this munition who's actually come up to take him out.
And also, everybody who's within the sound of my voice, Dipped in Chocolate has written it right here. I need everybody to go into here for all of these Illinois attorneys. This is the
Okay, so
AI.
I'm going to stop it there. And my point of playing this video, shout out to Trent. This is his video, Opinionated 8 News. I'm not sure if he's still up and out there running, but if he is, you guys go over and, you know, give him some thumbs up, or we can shout him out over here on my channel. I don't know what happened to him. I have no clue. I think that he just did not want any more part of this, I guess, and have moved on. My point of this is that, you know, we have this man who has hopped around on different channels, have shared different views about the defense on support for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. We're understanding that, okay, he done some things and he's gotten in trouble. But I got to take you guys to this other video. And I listened to it, and I was like, wow. But before I do so, I want to bring up this article and point a date out to you guys. I also want to show you guys this picture, but let me get this up, because this is some foul shit here. And just give me a second. Just give me a second here, y'all. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm just going to pull it up here, then I can go on the computer because it's quicker for me to pull it up here. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to lose you guys on the screen just for a second. So, let me go here. Let me go here. Let me open this up. I'm going to read this to you guys, right? Because let's go over this. Of course, we all know that Don Russell now is being accused, I guess, and he's also have stated that, you know, he has some of the intellectual property. Intellectual property out there. Hold on. I'm going to share that. Let's get this up. Get this up. Right. But to my understanding, according to this article, I have to get you guys back up on mine so I can intellectual what I'm showing you out here. Property. So give me a second. Intellectual property out there. According to this article here, there was other people that had. I have to get you guys up. Right. Let me turn it down. But to my understanding, according to this taking article, some things away as well. I have to get you guys. But the argument is not about that. It's about Don Russell, you know, stealing intellectual property, having his hands on intellectual property. Showing you out here. Don't ask me what a blow up button at, y'all. Intellectual property out there. According to this article here, there was other people that had.
Now to get
My
you guys
button moves right. on, turn it down.
But to my
understanding, according to this,
I'm not going to waste
away
that
as well.
Now to get you guys
The
back
argument
up
is
on
not
mine,
about
so
that. It's about
what is
Don
that
Russell,
magnifying glass at, you guys?
stealing
Let me go here.
intellectual property, having his hands
No.
on intellectual
I'm
property.
showing you out here.
Don't ask me what a blow up button at, y'all.
I always have a
Intellectual
problem never
property.
finding the magnifying glass.
According
Y'all
to
see
this
y'all on my
article
phone.
here, there was other people that had
now to get
my
you guys
button moves
Right.
on, turn it down. But to my understanding, according to this
I'm not going to waste that
as well.
to get you
guys
guys
back.
I
Argument
don't know
is
if you
not
guys can
about
see that,
that.
but it
It's
says that
about
R. Kelly
Don
rated
Russell,
glass.
Chicago
Inspectors
stealing
rate singers
intellectual
studio
property.
and cite him
Having
for
his hands
housing
on
people in
intellectual
non-residential
property.
property, but
Don't
who was
ask me what a
the
blow-up
mystery
button
man
is, y'all.
hauling
Intellectual
away
property.
computer hard
According
drives
to
boxes
this article
hours
here,
before?
there was other
I got an
people
echo?
that
Okay, hold on.
had
now to get
my
you guys
button moves
Right.
on, turn it down. But to my understanding, according to this
I'm not going to waste that
as well.
to get you
guys
guys
back.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says that R. Kelly rated. Okay, let me see. Chicago inspectors rate singers
Intellectual
studio
property.
and cite him
Having
for
his hands
housing
on
people in
intellectual
non-residential
property.
property, but
Don't
who
ask
was
me what a
the
blow-up
mystery
button is,
man
y'all.
hauling
Intellectual
away
property.
computer hard drives
According to
boxes
this article
hours
here,
before?
there was other
I got an
people
echo?
that
Okay, hold on.
had
now to get
my
you guys
button moves
Is that
on.
better? Is that
But
better?
to
I
my
had another
understanding,
screen opened up, so I
according
just
to
closed
this
that. I'm not going to waste that
as well.
to get you guys
The
back. I
argument
don't know
is
if you
not
guys can
about
see that,
that.
but it
It's
says that R.
about
Kelly
close it
rated.
out.
Okay, let me see.
Chicago
Chicago inspectors
stealing
rate singers
intellectual
studio
property.
and cite him
Having
for
his hands
housing
on
people in
recording
non-residential
studio.
property,
R.
but
Kelly allegedly
was
kept
the
some of the
mystery
women's
man
children.
hauling away computer hard drives boxes hours
Wednesday
before.
by members
I got an
of
echo?
Chicago
Okay,
Fire
hold on.
Department.
now to get
My
you guys
button moves
Is that
on.
better?
Was
Is
on
that
the
better?
scene
I
and
had
it was
another
over
screen
10
opened up, so I
cities
just
closed
closed
down.
that. I'm not going to waste that
as well.
to get you guys
The
back. I
argument
don't know
is
if you
not
guys can
about
see that, but it
that.
says that R. Kelly
Close it
rated.
out.
Okay, let me see.
Chicago
Chicago inspectors rate singers
intellectual
studio
property.
and cite him
Having
for
his
housing
hands on
people
recording
in non-residential
studio.
property,
R.
but
Kelly
who
allegedly
was
kept
the
some of the
mystery
women's
man
children.
hauling away computer hard drives boxes hours
Wednesday
before.
by members
I got an
of
echo. I'm
Chicago
trying to fix
Fire
it.
Department.
now to get you guys
Is that better?
Was
Is
on
that
the scene
better?
and it was over
Over
10 cities closed
I'm
down.
not going to waste that
as well.
to get you guys back. I
Argument
don't know
is
if you
not
guys can
about
see that,
that.
but it
It's
says that R.
about
Kelly
close it
rated.
out.
Okay, let me see.
Chicago
Chicago inspectors rate singers
intellectual
studio
property.
and cite him
Having
for
his hands
housing
on
people
recording
in
studio.
non-residential
R.
property,
Kelly
but
allegedly
was
wait for
the
the live
mystery
witness.
man
Everything's
hauling away
closed out. Only have
computer
one open.
hard drives boxes hours
Wednesday
before.
by
Still, I got to
members of
I'm trying to
Chicago
fix
Fire
it.
Department.
now to get you guys
Is that better? Is that better? I had another screen
Over
opened
10
up, so I
cities
just
closed
closed that.
down.
I'm not going to
be able to see you guys then. So I don't have to close that
see that, but it says that R. Kelly rated. Okay, let me see. Chicago inspectors rate singers studio and cite him for housing people in non-residential property,
R. Kelly
but
allegedly
was
wait for
the
the live
mystery
witness.
man
Everything's
hauling
closed
away
out. Only have one open.
hard drives boxes hours
Wednesday
before.
by
Still, I got to I'm trying to fix it.
now to get you guys
Is that better? Is that better?
Over 10 cities closed down.
I'm not going to
be able to see you guys then. So I don't have to close
guys
that
see that, but it says that R. Kelly rated. Chicago inspectors rate singers studio and cite him for housing people in non-residential property, but was the mystery man hauling away computer hard drives boxes hours before. Still, I got to I'm trying to fix it.
now to get you guys
Is that better? Is that better?
Over 10 cities closed down.
I'm not going to
be able to see you guys then. So I don't have to close that down.
but it says that R. Kelly rated. Chicago inspectors rate singers studio and cite him for housing people in non-residential property, but was the mystery man hauling away
I'm trying to wait until
hard drives boxes hours
Wednesday.
Still, I got to I'm trying to fix it.
Nothing. It's all closed.
Is that better? Is that
Over
better?
10 not going to be able to see you guys then. So I have to close that. So you know what? I'm going to close that. I'll just read it to you
College
guys.
Lectures Ray Singer Studio and cite him.
I'll just read it to you guys.
Recording studio. R. Kelly was mystery man.
How's that sound? It's not better. Not better. How's it sound? Mic check, mic check. They're all closed. I promise you they're closed. I think it's just trying to catch up with each other. Oh, it's closed. How is that? Can I get a mic check? Priscilla, Beauty, Trevor, one of you guys. How's it sounding? She said close all the damn windows. Oh my God. It's better. Mic check, mic check. Much better. Better, better, better. Okay. Work with me then. All right. I got it all closed. So I could probably bring it back up now. I had to close that on the stream. Okay. So let me go here. Let me go back. I can go back now. You're good. Okay. Now we can go back to the reading thing. So I'm going to open it back up so y'all can read along with me so y'all can see the date that is, well, you can't see it because I don't even see the button to blow the damn shit up at. I don't see it. It's usually right here, but now I don't see it. Can't never keep up with that damn magnifying glass on here. Okay, so I have it back open. I have it back open. You say I'm arguing with myself, whatever. Where in the fuck is the magnifying glass? You guys got to see this. Oh, well, I got to read it. We got to go because my clock is ticking anyway. So here it says, the recording studio where R. Kelly allegedly kept some of the women he is accused of abusing was raided on Wednesday. Keep in mind that this article is from January 17, 2019. Y'all keep that date in mind, okay? January 17, 2019. I'm going to write that down. 2019. By the members of the on Wednesday by the members of the Chicago Fire Department and building inspectors, right? And the station reported Mike Petunia was also there just after 5 a.m. on Wednesday when an unidentified man was taking boxes and computers out of a building, loading them into his trunk and driving off. It is not known who the man works for or why he was so eager to remove the property from the warehouse, which was under a 24-hour police surveillance. Kelly was ultimately cited for multiple building code violations, including evidence of individuals living in this non-residential building. So if you go here, I want to blow. Okay, let's go. I want to see if I can blow this up. Can I blow this up? Page is unresponsive. It will not let me show this. Okay, so here's a guy. He's removing the things from the office or whatever, right? He's got the boxes, materials, and all that stuff. What I'm trying to show you guys is there's one man right there who has possession of Mr. Kelly's things, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion. Oh, let's click on this and see what this is. Oh, okay. So I don't know. But I don't think that Don Russell was this skinny in 2019. So I'm just going to say that was one person somewhere that has also some things in their possession. Okay? That's one. Let me see what oh, yikes. Keep it going. Yikes. 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 There he is, hauling off with computers. Okay, so now we can exit back out of here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my story go? Hold on, hold on. Seriously, right now, I gotta open it back up. Keep that in mind, January 17th, because we're going to another fun video, you guys. And this one's going to be fun before I get up out of here. Okay, so let me go back down here. And you guys see that. A man spotted bringing computer tower boxes out of R. Kelly's West Side recording studio before dawn on Wednesday. Would not say that it was the landlord or the employee of the embattled singer. Mike, whatever his name, sounds like Poochie Nana. January 16, 2019, he was on the scene at 5 a.m. after it was revealed that the officials would be arriving later that day. So he managed to capture the mystery man rolling out the boxes in the computers. The man spotted bringing the computer towers and boxes out of R. Kelly's West Side recording studio before the crack of dawn. Would not say if it was a landlord or an employee that in battle. So a team of police arrived later to secure the area while building inspectors. I'm not going to play that video because something else might blow up over here. But there's the man who caught the man that was loading the shit up in from Mr. Kelly's studio. It says here that the police has spoke to one of those men who claims to be Kelly's stepbrother. Now Kelly has a stepbrother, okay? According to this article, he had a stepbrother. So he said that the woman speaking out against the singers were after money. Kelly's landlord, meanwhile, claims that he does not have the key to the property. They could not access the property. In the meantime, they called the Chicago Police Department, who thought that they had enough law enforcement to legally enter the property. I am going fast, you guys. I'm not reading it all verbatim right now. So a police report that was filed in Georgia. In Georgia, it reveals that Don Russell texted and called Timothy Savage, which we all know about that one, right? And it would be best for him and his family if the documentary does not air. Yes, it sounds like a threat. It also sounds to me that, you know what, I got to do what I got to do to help Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. And that's just my opinion. I know everybody else sees it like, oh my God, because he did this horrific thing right here, it's going to get Mr. Kelly into more trouble. And don't let Bookham tell y'all the story, because that's exactly how Bookham wants it to be played out. Russell later said that he and Kelly might have to release information that would destroy the Savages, his family, and his business. So, I remember, if I'm not mistaken, on the Gayle King show where Mr. Kelly rebutted to Gayle when Gayle said that, this person said this about you, and this person said this about you, and this person said this about you, and Mr. Kelly rebutted back by, be careful, Gayle. Be careful, Gayle. He said that. Now, you guys can take that for whatever it's worth, but you know what? I'm going to keep that memory in my head with this one right here. And we might have to release some information on this shit that's going to destroy this shit. But Savages and his wife, Jocelyn, has been trying for years to get back their daughter, and they ran off with the Kelly shortly after the meeting. Him backstage at a concert when she was 17, and I believe they said that she was 19. So somewhere in this goddamn article is this man ain't telling the truth. He don't have the fact information. So the meeting on January the 3rd, before the show premiered, this was R. Kelly's manager Don Russell said that it would be best for him and the family to if the documentary does not air, and that was back in January 3rd, 2019, you guys. So the rest of the article is here. This is the article that was print, and it just goes on with the information that everybody knew of the conversation with Don and the Tim Savages when he had made that phone call in to them. Now, let's go to this video here. Let me stop the screen so I don't accidentally put some shit up on there. Stop. My computers are running so slow. Stop. My computer running slow right now, you guys. Oh, it might freeze. Okay, there we go. So let's this article off. Okay, so let me go back here. Now, check this shit out, right? Let me get you guys back up on the screen for a minute. Okay. I'm just checking to see you guys are still there. Thumbs up if you guys are still there. I see what's going on too, so I'm gonna have to fix that probably tomorrow. Something's going on with the computer. So let's go back here. Everybody still alive? Y'all still woke out there? Because let me go back here. So keep in mind that we know for sure that there is one guy out there. There's a mystery man out there that also has possession of intellectual items of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Not just one, because the one now that we really know about was was Don Russell. Okay, with his own admission, he says that he has some things. But let's see if you guys remember this goddamn story right here. Hold on, let me get back to it. Just give me a second because I'm going to fast forward because he talks a lot of bullshit at the front of it.
Call in. Miss Sharon, you will come on? Call in. Or we'll set it up.
Now, here you're going to hear Sharon Winbush speaks about the intellectual property and how it went down. And listen closely to the date of it. I would show y'all the live, but y'all know these people out here, they be striking, boy. So right now, this video, this audio is being used for entertainment purpose only, educational purpose only, with all the Fair Act uses that is out there under all of those statute laws. Can you guys hear that? Just give me a one if you guys can hear the video. It's gonna come in a minute. Come on. Ain't got all day. Let's fast forward.
Hello?
Okay, here we go.
So you were live and wanted to give a comment.
Okay, they can hear you. I think they can hear you in the chat.
Okay, I heard a lot of what you said, and the reason it's so important is no matter what, every person deserves to be treated under the law. You are presumed innocent until proven guilty. You should not have anything taken from you. You should not, you have your rights. And so people move into your circle, they worm their way in.
Okay, thanks, Shannon.
Then they start taking from you. I have been close to Don for the longest time, and everybody knows that.
Okay.
Everybody knows I was rocking with Don. I was rolling with Don. Until Don is the one that told me he removed 3 truckloads from the warehouse because he and I were close. We talked on the phone every day. I didn't understand how he got it, why it happened.
Now, let me pause that. 3 truckloads. 3. He moved 3 truckloads. Not only will you not get the names of people who helped move these items, understand that. You need more than just one person to move 3 truckloads. I mean, talking about even loading it up. Who drove the truck? Who put the dolly? Who used the dolly? Who put the gas? Who are these people? Because it was if it was 3 truckloads, there was more than one person. There was absolutely more than one person moving property. But keep in mind, there was property also removed January, I'm going to say 16th, 17th of 2019 by a mystery man. A mystery man. Okay, let's hear what else you got to say. 3 goddamn truckloads.
Then, so when I got done talking to him, I called Keith. Keith is the one that told me he wasn't supposed to have it. So I didn't say anything. I knew that Don did this June of last year because he did it before Bruce got there. Bruce got there when he got paroled. So, it may have been a week or 2 before Bruce was paroled.
I gotta ask you guys, for somebody that said that they wasn't around for a long time, how did Keith and these people become so comfortable with giving her this information? Do you guys, I was always curious about that. If she had been gone, she hadn't worked for Mr. Kelly for a long time, how is it that they became so close to be so comfortably speaking on these phones with each other? I couldn't understand that at all, but somebody knows somebody, I guess.
He removed the stuff. He called me as he was driving one truck out to California. Well, while he was out in California, Bruce got paroled. Bruce was at the house. Bruce and I began talking. Bruce showed me video, like he would videotape, have me on the
I gotta
phone.
rewind that. Hold up. Skirt. While he was out in California.
Why it happened. So when I got done talking to him, I called Keith. Keith is the one that told me he wasn't supposed to have it. So I didn't say anything. I knew that Don did this June of last year because he did it before Bruce got there. Bruce got there when he got paroled. So, it may have been a week or 2 before Bruce was paroled. He removed the stuff. He called me as he was driving one truck out to California. Well, while he was out in California, Bruce got paroled. Bruce was at the house.
The press. Don, we gonna need to know why Sharon Winbush over here said, she said that Don Russell called her while he was on his way out to California. Driving a truck.
Bruce and I began talking. Bruce showed me video, like he would videotape, have me on the phone, FaceTiming, and show me all of the stuff that Don had. So I was amazed at how much it was. And Bruce was not taking it thinking, it's just this, what you said was absolutely true. They were feeling, this is my brother's shit. Why does this guy that doesn't even know my brother have all of my brother's shit? They felt like they were protecting their brother. They felt like they were protecting Robert, the guy that lived in the house with them. And I explained to Bruce and Carrie, this is the artist that is R. Kelly. So this is intellectual property. He has contracts with Sony that go, even though you may have been terminated from Sony, the contract goes throughout your lifetime, depending on what the contract says. So I encouraged both of them. They were adamant that they didn't want to leave the stuff with Don because they felt Don was stealing it.
Y'all didn't catch that? Did y'all catch that? She says that, and this is because she is not in the contract business. She doesn't write them up or none of that. She just ain't in there. She's a nutritionist, a dietitian or something, right? But she says that this contract, it goes on for throughout the rest of his life. That's what she says. But then she doubles back on it and says that depending on what the contract says. Y'all gonna catch shit like this, depending on what the contract says. But first she tells you that it goes on for the rest of his life. Make it make sense? I'm just saying, something just didn't sound right there to me. But dependent on either you know what the contract says or you don't know what the contract says. So you can't state exactly what the contract is saying when you don't know what the contract is saying. Depending means that I'm not sure. I'm not sure about what the fuck I just said. I just said some shit. That's what it means.
And they are the ones that first said Don stole it. Don told me he had Robert's permission. So I encourage...
Hold up. Let's stop the press again. Y'all hashtag stop the press, because this is stop the press damn moment for about 20 more minutes. Now, keep in mind that she said that she talked to Keith. She said that she talked to Don. Wow. And she knew, oh, it was a truckload of shit. Then she said, I was on the phone with Don when he was driving it out to California. I'm going to bag it up and let you hear what she says now to the brother.
Contract goes throughout your lifetime, depending on what the contract says. So I encouraged both of them. They were adamant that they didn't want to leave the stuff with Don because they felt Don was stealing it. And they are the ones that first said...
But how did Keith feel?
Don told me he had Robert's permission. So I encouraged both of them to get in touch with Keith, give the stuff to Keith, or return it back to the warehouse. So once Bruce showed me the, within his video phone, the amount of stuff that it was, I told Keith, this is a problem. He shouldn't have this stuff. So Keith said, I'm going to get it back. I'm going to have them return it. So I let them take care of that. Then come January 8th, it was Robert's birthday because I knew, I felt Bruce would be bummed out because his brother was in jail. So I called Bruce. And that's January 8th of this year. So June of 2020 is when Don had 3 truckloads of stuff taken from the warehouse. And he was basically transporting it across country. But he could only take 1 truck at a time. So while it was there, they were taking what they considered to be their brother's items.
So I have a question.
They felt like...
Where was the other 2 trucks parked at? Where was the other 2 trucks parked at? He had 3. But he can only haul 1 at a time. Where was the other 2? Where did he leave the other 2 trucks at, y'all? Somebody find them damn... Where is the other 2 trucks at? Where are they? So he went to take 1 truckload to California. What did he do? Leave the truck there, got in a rental car, come back, got into another truck, left the car there, go back to California, leave that truck there, and then what? Or did he drive that truck back, went and dropped it back off to, who was they rented through? Who rented these trucks? That's it. Where are the trucks at? Who was it? What's these truck people? U-Haul. She said it was U-Haul. Well, that information can be found through the U-Haul. Now, can it? 3 trucks? And this man made 3 separate trips back and forth to California? That's a lot of gas. That's a lot of goddamn gas. That's a lot of gas. Let me finish this up. This shit was funny. Hold on.
Like, this is family stuff.
Uh,
He's not family. He shouldn't have this. Why does he have this? So they were, like you said, doing what they felt families should do, protecting their brother.
Right.
But I did encourage them to give it back. I did encourage them to turn it over to Keith, and I did encourage both of them to talk to Keith about it and let Keith handle it and let Keith decide what to do.
Right.
So I'm going on with my life. Called Bruce on the 8th. He said they got into a big fight. Don kicked him out because Carrie came over. Now, at this time, Don was wanting to do a documentary. That part is true. He did want to do a documentary on Robert.
Right.
He did want to talk about the industry. He was trying to do some stuff overseas with Rob's music. All that's true. But he wanted Bruce to participate in what he was doing. Bruce didn't want to do that.
Right.
So Bruce and Carrie were doing their own documentary on their life, their brother, and Don didn't like that.
Right.
So Don didn't want shit to do with them.
who were they doing a documentary with? Who was Bruce and Carrie? Who was their production person? Who was their production person? I wonder who.
You know, he was like, fuck them. I ain't fucking with them. Bruce can get the fuck out if he ain't gonna help me. He don't want shit to do with him because he forged a relationship with Bruce specifically for Bruce to help him on his project, to make money for his project. And if Bruce was not going to do that, then to him, Bruce was useless and Bruce could get the fuck out. So, and Bruce understood that. So Bruce was just kind of playing the game because he was paroled to that address and he needed to stay there a year.
Right.
So I wanted to help Bruce make money so that he could take care of himself because he was working as a handyman for Don and his mother. So they had him working, 18 hours a day, it seemed like. All day, every day, from Casey in the morning to Casey at night, fixing shelves, fixing roofs, fixing just all kinds of shit. And they had some building that they bought that they were refurbishing. And so he was doing work there. And I just felt his time was better served trying to help his brother. So that's when I talked to Bruce, had him do that first video that he put out. Bruce is the one that...
So, Don Russell now, and whoever else was refurbishing a building. Wasn't the chicken shack, I guess, because he said he worked for the chicken shack. Wasn't that. Gave Bruce, who was just released from jail, jobs to do, to get paid. To get paid money, right? But she felt that you don't need to be doing that. I'm going to help you make some money. I'm going to help you get some money. And the last time that I checked, and this ain't against Bruce Kelly, she helped him get some money by bringing him to YouTube and dropping his cash out. That's all I saw. That's all I saw. Because today, what job did you get him? Where is he working at? What is he doing? I'm just saying. He was on a legal job, working up underneath, allegedly, Don Russell in a refurbished building. Because keep in mind that Mr. Kelly had a bucket list, and his bucket list was to, get some things going out here that would help in the community or this or that. I ain't saying it, I don't know, but it could be a possibility that he was, working through Don Russell. They can't put shit in his name because the government gonna take every goddamn thing in his name. So Mr. Kelly, in my opinion, probably had to move, a little different. I know that if they after me and I got $3 million somewhere, goddamn it, I'm gonna move it in Auntie Bessie, Lou, niece, nephew, cousin, fucking goddamn name too, and be turning that shit and flipping that shit while I got to sit still. But that's just me. A lot of people think differently, than me. I'm just saying. But what other job does Bruce have now? Because after this here, I remember Bruce coming on with Sharon with the cash apps. I'm just saying, you guys.
Put together the that press conference, and he's the one that did the Central Ave thing. Once Don saw the success that Bruce and I were having,
What
he
success?
got jealous of that.
What
He was
success?
angry.
What motherfucking success? What success? What? Mr. Kelly is still incarcerated. So, what success? Where is it? Where was the finish? What? Is she talking about because she got him the interview downtown Chicago that was, kind of fucked up too. I'm just saying. It wasn't really like all of that. It was like 5 or 10 minutes or something, and then the distraction came or something, and it was the baby mama. The baby mama showed up. Remember that? And then there was some other stuff about with Scooby-Doo. He showed up. It was some shit. Somebody wanted to take some pictures and all that kind of shit went on down there. So what goddamn success happened? What happened? What happened? Because I know today, she said that she was the reason you get Bruce a better working job. A better working job, girl. Okay.
Because he felt he has this control thing. He likes to call himself the general, and everybody is under him. And so he said to me, I'm the general and you're the lieutenant. And I'm looking at him like, motherfucker, I don't work for you.
I know that's right, girl. Wait.
He didn't have a problem with me working with Bruce or Carrie, because he didn't think anything was going to happen. But when he saw the press conference and then the Central Avenue thing, he hit the ceiling.
Right.
And he was irate because in his mind, I had Bruce parole here to help with my projects, meaning Don's projects, not to go off doing other stuff. So he was angry when he first found out that they were working on a documentary, doing things separate from him, and then he got angry when we were having success with the press conference and the Central Avenue thing. Right. And so that's when my relationship with him was strained. But once at the same time, I knew about the items that were taken from the warehouse. And so I was having conversations with Keith, and Keith was adamant that Don did not have permission, that those things were taken without Robert's consent. He was going to get them back. He told them to return it. They weren't doing it. I was trying to convince Bruce and Jerry to return stuff. We weren't having success. So I called the lawyers. I told them to tell Robert, because I felt we had gone past the point of no return, and Robert has to know. Even though we all agreed it was going to hurt Robert, I felt it's his shit. He has to know, and he has to direct his lawyers from this point on, because they weren't giving it back. They weren't returning it. Keith asked several times.
So let me let a cat out the bag.
Let it out. Let it out, Drunken Larry.
For a while. Because behind the scenes, in the streets of Chicago, there has been a war between R. Kelly's camp and Dunn. Will Edie and Dunn. Like the reason I don't talk about it is because it was involving some real street guys that I know.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So this is not something that came up this week. This is not new. This is not new. This is not new.
This ain't new.
You know what I mean? And this has been going on for a while. This a lot of people.
2020 is when he got the truck.
2020.
3 truckloads of
2020. Somebody get me the right time and date that those federal people went to all of Mr. Kelly's storages to retrieve his things, or whatever they call it. We know that there was a raid done down there January 2019 at the studio. We know that there was a mystery guy. Who is the mystery guy that also has possession of some things of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? So 2020 20, she says, is when Don Russell went to retrieve 3 U-Haul trucks of Mr. Kelly's things, with Keith being aware of it, the brothers being aware of it, Bruce Kelly is aware of it, and she was aware of it. But they did not fall out, and she didn't feel this type of way about Don Russell until after the goddamn Central Park interview down there and the pre-documentary that was supposed to come out. So that got Don Russell panties in a whole bunch, and she saw him irate on her, and that was it. Good.
His music, video footage of Rob in the studio. Like Bruce was showing me the boxes, and Bruce was looking at a lot of the stuff. So Bruce was telling me what was there.
Right.
What you say? Bruce was showing her these boxes of the intellectual property. Bruce, his brother, was showing her this property, and he didn't call the police. He didn't call grandma, auntie, uncle, nobody. He didn't call nobody. He called Sharon Winbush. He showed Sharon Winbush the intellectual property. Girl.
I know what was in the box. Don told me the first truck that he drove to California, he brought the Masters to California. So I knew the Masters were in California.
Now, there is another video. Don Russell says that Keith has the Masters. That's what he says. I don't know. I'm just relaying. I'm just repeating what I'm hearing. Allegedly, he says that Keith has that. Keith knows what he has. He says that they had to split the stuff up to do and get it and keep it safe. I don't know, y'all.
But I knew other intellectual property was there, and that's what Bruce and Carrie were taking. So Carrie has probably a closet full of Rob's intellectual property.
What?
Bruce probably has the least because Bruce didn't have a place to put it.
Okay.
Since he was staying in Don's house. So all he had was stuff that was on his laptop, stuff that he could fit.
So why isn't she screaming for at least to get the things back from Bruce and Carrie? How about why all 3 of them? You should be hearing all of these names called out. All 3 of them, right? Maybe Keith too. Keith got some too. How about everybody? But they just call out that one person, you guys. Only just that one person. And that's what makes this weird. If his intellectual property is out there right now, according to these stories, by 4 different holders, 4 different people, why are they only calling out one? Why is there only one person that has the focus on it? I'm just asking. I don't know.
In his backpack, stuff like that.
Right.
Carrie was loading shit up, and so he has a closet full of shit.
Well, why haven't they sent the police to share? Why you ain't send the police to Carrie's house and go in the closet? Now, before I end this, I'm going to say some things about this intellectual property and how I feel about it.
So we're not talking about property that happened before Rob went in. We're talking about June of, not even 1 year ago, June of 2020, because he did it either a week or 2 before Bruce got out of prison.
Wow. Well, I'm going to have a special guest come on here.
A lot of special
maybe
guests.
One day this week. And I want to revisit you with you about some things you just told me. Because the information that I got today, there's a lot more to it. And I want to take my time about putting it out to make sure that it's slow, that it gets processed. I know I got a big interview coming up, and I think it'll be good for all involved to finally get rid of a lot of things that have been going on around social media. But I don't agree with this. I don't agree that you go to jail and someone come take all your shit out of your storage and move it to another state, and then you find out this person that don't even know this shit.
Now, I gotta stop that right there. I'm gonna let you guys finish hearing what he don't agree with, okay? And I'm sure that there are some things that we have heard out here as opposed to what he has done in his personal life that you don't agree with, or I don't agree with, because in some aspect it kind of harmed other people up underneath the umbrella of a business. You feel what I'm saying? So we'll leave it at that. But I really try to understand people like this, as opposed to when they say they don't understand, or how you still got feelings. How do a person like this still have these feelings, right? But let's hear what he says, that he didn't like it. He was upset, feeling some type of way, allegedly, fake or fraud, I don't know, allegedly. He felt bad. He felt bad that this situation has happened to Mr. Kelly. The retrieving of intellectual property that no one gave permission to do so, right? He feels so sad about that. But I can't understand, how does he have feelings about that when you were the person that came out to prosecute Mr. Kelly? I don't understand. It's okay. I don't have no bad feelings about that. I know I brought the cross. I know I set the stake. I know I planted 52 people out here. I know I said that. But he feel bad about him losing some property, but he didn't feel bad about Mr. Kelly losing his life. Now you tell me, how the hell is that a check and balance fucking car? How? How do you put check and balance on some shit like that, y'all? You cannot. You cannot. But these people, sit here and tell you about fraud, scamming, emotions, feelings, crazy, you name it. These people like this, man, bye. Let me see what he's saying.
It's crazy, and they get more crazier every day.
So we don't know where it is at this point. It's all over the place. So now we add this. That's why I got angry when he said the car was broken into. Because keep in mind, I already knew he removed 3 truckloads. I already knew Bruce and Carrie were taking as much as they could fit. And so wherever they were putting this stuff. So I already knew Rob's stuff was all over the place. And we were trying to keep it out of the media, keep it out of, you know what I'm saying? So we were trying to handle it internally to decrease the damage that it could do to Rob, and, just have the shit scattered all over the place. And we were trying to encourage them. Keith working with Don and the other person, me with Bruce and Carrie, can you guys please put this stuff back? I told them it was a felony. I told them it was Sony's material. I mean, I used everything in the book. They weren't doing it. So I was, I had no other choice but to tell the lawyers. Because at this point, Robert has to get involved. So it's been a hot-ass mess. Mm-hmm. So when he says his car was broken into, I was just livid at that point. Now, it's just crazy. Because nothing would have been taken had Don not taken a truck and taken it to the warehouse and loaded up all Robert's shit. So I can't even look at who took it from Don.
Now, we can give her that. Right. You're right with that. Nothing would have gotten taken had it been put up in a safe place. You're right about that.
What authority?
But he also said that the majority, he said, he also said that the majority of the things that was stolen, which was allegedly by the Angelo Clary people or whatever. And the minute that he said Angelo Clary and them, y'all, who came out here with a hissy fit? That goddamn Bookham ran out here so fast, y'all should have seen him cutting up
when Don Russell was on the Texas Black Diamond show, and the police report popped up, and all of this paper and the video popped up. Boy, that damn Booker was livid in that goddamn chat, y'all. I was over there cracking up. I remember that live too, y'all. But as soon as Don Russell came and dropped the video of apparently what it made look like, and it said something about Armani or something. It could have been, the image looked like Angelo's son or stepson or something called Armani, guy named Armani. I don't know. But then when he said that it was Angelo people or whatever the case may be, and on the police report is that information, right? Book 'em, girl. Yeah. Book 'em, goddamn it, was livid, boy. I don't think that if Don Russell wouldn't have said nothing about that, he assumed that or alleged that was Angelo and them people in that video, you wouldn't have heard a lick out of no damn Book 'em at all. That's just my belief. I don't think you would have heard nothing out of him. But, baby, I don't know, y'all. This stuff is just in shambles. Let me see what else, and then we're going to get out of here.
It doesn't make sense. He has no industry experience. Google his name. If he has music business experience, if he has experience doing documentaries, you should be able to Google his name and come up with who he's worked with. You can't, because he doesn't have any industry experience. Why would Robert turn over Robert knows the value of his intellectual property. His stuff is on par with Michael Jackson. Why would you hand that over to somebody who has no experience? It does not add up. It does not make sense. And I've been over backwards to not believe this about Don. I didn't want to believe this about him. But when Keith asked 3, 4, 5, Keith is still asking. I talked to Keith today. He said, because Keith didn't know about the other part of the stuff that was taken. Keith said Don did give him the masters back. But Don didn't tell him all the other stuff that he had. So I'm like, Keith, did he tell you about this? And the only reason I know is because Bruce showed me. He was going through the stuff. He told me about it. He showed me. He was pulling it up on his computer, playing songs. Ooh, listen to this song. And he kept saying, I'm going to put it up on my YouTube channel. I said, you better not. Robert will be pissed. But it was Rob in the studio creating, Rob doing songs, putting out.
Okay, but wait a minute, y'all. Now, if Don was sitting there showing Bruce, R. Kelly's brother, everything that he has, going through the inventory, checking it out, wouldn't that be a witness? Wouldn't Bruce be a witness? You know what I'm saying? His brother. We're going to put this away. I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. Wouldn't that be it wasn't like Don was sharing this with a crook, was he? Or a criminal, was he? He was sharing these things with Mr. Kelly's brother. You gonna steal a bunch of shit that just don't make sense. And I'm gonna show the brother. I'm gonna show the brother. What? I'm gonna let the brother know that I stole your brother's shit. It just doesn't make sense to me. It don't make sense. Now, it would make sense to me if the brother was against his brother. If his brother was planning on being a crook and a thief and all of that shit too, it would make so much sense. Listen, I got your brother now. I got your brother's shit. We can do this. We can come up. We can do this. This is going to be your half. This is going to be my half. But that wasn't the case from the videos that Bruce came out here to speak on when he came on Choke No Joke. He showed that he was there for his brother. I don't know where y'all from. Mars, Saturn, Venus, I don't know. I'm here from planet of Earth. And over here, you don't go be a crook and show the brother of a mega star the crooked shit that you doing. That shit just doesn't. Where they do that shit at? Where do they do it at?
Mm. Mm.
Moves together, music, all of that.
Mm.
Wow.
And this shit is spread all over the fucking place. And this man is in a prison cell thinking his stuff is secure in a place, and this jackass
Nigga
goes and takes it. It's just, it's unbelievable.
So, I'm going to end that right there. And I'm going to show you guys a piece of something who they said that this man has nothing. He's a jackass. He's a chicken shack person. He does this and he does that. I'm just going to show y'all just a little piece of what he is doing today. I don't know. Hey, but I don't see a chicken shack man out there keeping and doing this type of work. So, with that being said, I got to run a part 2 to this, you guys, because this shit is so goddamn funny. This shit is so, none of it doesn't make sense, you know. I pray Mr. Kelly gets out. The things that Don Russell says that he has, that they are retrievable. He will be able to get them back. They will be in a safe spot. But let's just say this, you guys, because they wanted any and everything that they could possibly get from Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly to use in prosecuting him. Here's what I believe, and it's just my thoughts. It's just my thoughts. Maybe, just maybe, these things were supposed to leave an establishment of where they were at, where they were located. Right now we know that it's all music. According to the Federal Bureau and their investigation, they raided these garages, these storages, and all this stuff. Azrael told you what a goddamn storage was out there in Woodfield or Blooming, over there, some damn where, out there, you know. She even said some things about where they were. In my opinion, I truly hope that if these things were moved, they were moved to protect Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. That's just how I feel about it. I don't give a damn who got him. I don't give a damn who got him. If they got there, and this is just street talk, if they got there before the goddamn feds got there, and if it was something else that these people were looking for or whatever, and this shit got moved before then, I'm going to have to say shout out to these motherfuckers. It is what it is. That's protecting your nigga. It is what it is. Because if they had not gotten there, they would have definitely been and tore off the feds or whatever. They would have tore off that goddamn storage as well. The same way the feds go break and get your shit when they doing a drug deal and you got 5 kilos of something in there, only 2 of them gonna get turned in. Them motherfuckers gonna keep the other 3 and put them out on the street just like you and everybody else does and flip it for a goddamn face value. Capitalizing. I'm just saying, the shit it's crazy as hell. But for those that is, you know, thinking that I guess Don Russell is out there selling or putting the music out or whatever. One thing I keep in mind is that there is a video. I watched the Shabazz. He's doing an interview. He's in there kicking it with these older bands. I've heard him on another Q&A. I can't recall it. A little bit more professional, where he talked about his bucket list. And one of his bucket lists was to open up certain type of businesses or whatever, where you can have the youth comes to do this and to do that and to do this. I can only imagine, and I would only, just giving myself a mental thought that maybe that is for him. Maybe it is set up that way for him to be connected to, whatever Don Russell is building or doing or moved, whatever the case may be. I just pray that, hey, you know what? That would be a good idea. I don't know if that's what it is. I'm just saying that would be a good idea. If his case gets overturned, if this, that he would have a place to go to, keep going, to keep moving fast forward and to rebuild his life and to hold his word to the community, because he wanted nothing but, I believe, but to build something for the freaking youth out here. Now, let me go back over here. I'm going to show you guys this, and then I'm going to get off of this. I'm going to put it up by my phone, though. I'm not going to I don't open up my, Facebook is closed, so. Let me see. So I don't know. I mean, I don't see him out here doing anything bad. I don't see Chicken Shack. I don't see none of that stuff at all. I just don't see it. But just to show you guys, this is not a Chicken Shack. No. I see him at the building doing some farming or business, and this is what I see. I don't know what y'all see. I don't see him out there doing anything bad. And he posts a lot of things up about his career, of what he's choosing to do. So, I get it. You know, everybody's mad at each other and mad at each other, but, you know, I hear, I mean, you got to make me look at it a different way. And I'm, you know, not that I want to, I just don't see it. If they saying that he's this bum, he done stole this, he's doing that. You heard Drunken Larry say you many times, you know, the people don't fuck with him. Don't look like he really needs nobody to fuck with him. Looks like he's taking care of whatever business that he needs to be doing. I just hope and pray that when Mr. Kelly gets to come home, that Don Russell would be a person that, since he's out there establishing these particular businesses and doing things for the youth and got it where people can come to help build and your career, if you're in the music industry or something like that, or you know that, you know, look him up. Go get inside his world. He's not fucking hiding. He's not hiding. But at the same token, you can't go get inside of shit that Bookham is doing. Bookham ain't offering you a motherfucking thing. Bookham don't have a business for you guys to come fill out an application to. Bookham ain't doing a motherfucking thing but this. And that's just my opinion. And right now, the whole distractions is, we see it. It just rotates from channel to channel to channel. Entertaining. I love entertaining as hell, y'all, when I'm at work. I promise y'all I be cracking up. But baby, who's doing what? Who's doing what? You don't get to see what Sharon Winbush is doing. You're not going to get to see what Cousin Levi's doing. You're not going to see what Bookham is doing. Nothing. He left Metro Petro to a PPP loan to needing to pay 2 motherfucking workers with $1,400 a PPP loan. Who the fuck? If I had my choice, I'm sorry, and back, you know, I'm not in it. I'm not trying to insert myself in it. But if I had my choice, I'm sorry. I have to follow and see how Don Russell is doing. How you doing this shit over here? How you doing this shit? I am not following this person over here that can only teach me about skirts and lipsticks and the LGBT movement movies out there. I don't want no, you make your decisions. A lot of people may want it. You know, LGBTQ is pretty big. And yes, he can probably, you know, help you with, I don't know, screening or your scripts or something like that. But that's not my path that I would choose to take. More of a business, being a more business owner or something like that would be my path. So if I would have had my choice, I would follow, you know, I would follow behind Don Russell. I don't see it, you guys, other than him making that mistake or whatever. Bookham stretched it very thin for you guys to look at it his way, which is, you know, his mom and those taxes. I told you that he didn't know nothing about this, but ask yourself, how old is that paper? Go back and look at the date on it. I'm just saying, go look at the dates on the paper that he's reading and ask yourself, well, wait a minute. Didn't June help Mr. Kelly long time ago with some shit? All these other taxes, add that shit up. You had the property taxes out there, maybe some studio taxes or whatever. But there were some things that they did do right, that his mother did do right, that did clean up some of Mr. Kelly taxes out there. But now you get beat across the head because, oh my God, oh my God, I'm innocent. I'm in this motion. I'm in this indictment paper. Oh my God, But I don't know. The shit is just wild out crazy, you guys. Wild out crazy. I must say this, and then I got to get the fuck up out of here. Sharon Winbush was like, well, she been knowing, something with Don Russell or whatever for a mighty long time and da da da. But then I was thinking about, how is that so when you said that you were gone for a long time, 20, if you haven't seen or talked to Mr. Kelly for such a long period of time. But yet then she was like some bullshit or whatever with knowing Don Russell for a long time and or he didn't know her or she didn't. It was some damn bullshit. I was like, wow, this shit is really, really, really fucking messy. However, you guys, I will see you guys back here on Ladies Night. Pap got to go. I got to get my ass out this door. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful day. That was shout out and to everybody in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button, you guys out there. Share the channel. I do what you feel. But the old videos, you guys, from a year old or farther back, they even more hilarious today. They even more hilarious today because you have to go back. Didn't you say? Well, why you say it? Or this or that? Scooby-Doo, I ain't worried about you calling me no bitch. You ain't got no reason to be mad. And stop trying to insert me in all this goddamn shit. Get your panties out a freaking bunch. Your fight is with these goddamn people out there. Pap going to work. Pap too grown for this shit. Pap ain't got time for this shit. And Book... Boy, oh boy, you real good at twisting and turning your goddamn shit. Yeah, y'all. You real good at that shit, boy. That shit crazy. Gotta go, y'all. Gots to go.
I wanna get you all alone now and go hide away from the lights. But I don't dare to, I'm too fragile, and for that I do apologize. Maybe someday we can work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, 'cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, 'cause you love too deep. You know you love too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, 'cause you love too deep. You know you love too deep. I think I'm love drunk and it feels wrong, but I'm not afraid to admit I used to feel safe next to you, babe. Now I'm thinking I deserve a hit. Maybe someday we can work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, 'cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, 'cause you